You've probably heard the term microservices, but what are they? It's an alternative way of building software compared to the traditional way of building it as a monolith. To understand what microservices are used for, it's useful to know what a monolith is. In a monolithic application, all parts of your system live in one codebase. If you are building an online store, your user login, your product listings, checkout, payments would all live in one large application. It's simple to start with because everything's in one place, but as the app grows, it can get a bit messy. If you change one part, you might break another, and deploying updates mean you have to redeploy the whole application, even if it was a tiny feature change for the checkout. So while a monolith is great for smaller projects, it gets kind of complicated when you start scaling up. And this is where microservices come in. Instead of having one big application, you can break it down into smaller independent services that each handle one responsibility. For example, in our online store, we can then make one service look after the user login and authentication, one part to manage the products, and one part to manage the checkout. And then each of these services can then be built, deployed, and scaled separately. These services communicate together like APIs, sending and receiving data. And if one service fails, the whole system doesn't go down because it's independent. It's also really useful for developers because they can then work on a single service without affecting the other one. And also you can use different programming languages or frameworks for different services depending on what works better for what service. And this is just way more flexible. And if you're getting more traffic, you can handle that by scaling up the service that needs it. For example, if you're getting lots of payments during busy periods, you can just scale that payment service. But you shouldn't always use microservices, as they are really powerful, but they add complexity. It means you'll have to manage different databases, different deployments, and communication between all the services. That's why they're only used in larger systems, and smaller projects should begin monolithic. So to summarize, a monolithic application is when you have everything in one code base, and microservices split that out into separate services that handle different responsibilities, and they communicate with each other through APIs. If you enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy the backend concepts playlist where I've put together explainers relating to backend development. But other than that, I'll see you next time.